Hey everyone, it's Mrs. DeRue. I'm glad that you're back tonight to read some more of Stella Diaz Has Something to Say. Okay, we're going to start tonight on chapter 4. Okay, it is on page 19, so get ready. Remember last night when we read about Stella, we met her and her family, and we learned that they love to have family game night or meeting night, and they eat spaghetti and albondigas, which is meatballs. And we also learned that Stella moved from Mexico to Chicago, and she has her mom likes to salsa dance, right? And they like to have a good time. Her brother Nick is pretty cool. He's older. He's in 8th grade. Stella's in 3rd grade, right? And she has a best friend named Jenny. And she's a little sad because this year Jenny's not in her class with her. So we're going to find out some more. Oh, and remember what we were waiting to find out? We were waiting to find out about the new kid coming to Stella's class because she was super excited about it. All right, we're going to start with chapter 4. Do you have any predictions? Do you think she's going to do great and get a new friend? Oh, I hope so. Miss Morales is standing by the front door of the library to greet us one by one when we arrive for today's library visit. She was wearing her long pearls and bright orange sweater, and on her left arm, she's holding her stuffed goose named Lucy, which everybody gets to honk when they leave the library. Hola, Stella, Miss Morales says. Oh, buenos dias, Miss Morales, I say quietly, but inside I squeal. Miss Morales has been our librarian since kindergarten. The best thing about Miss Morales, apart from the fact that she speaks Spanish, is she's so smart and loves sharing books with us. At the beginning of this year, when I started getting interested in fishes, she showed me all these books on Jacques Cousteau, a famous ocean explorer. Now I love reading about him. Remember in our assembly, our kickoff assembly about the book, Mr. Lombard pretended to be Jacques Cousteau. Pretty funny, huh? Welcome, Miss Bell's class, she announces as soon as all of us are sitting in front of the computer. Ms. Morales is full of spunk and a little different from your usual librarian. I think most librarians don't have purple streaks in their hair. Do you think we can get Miss Jones to put purple streaks in her hair? That'd be cool. Instead of saying hello back, we wave our hands in the air. Miss Morales says proper library etiquette calls for no loud voices. Miss Morales waves back and continues, I hear you are all finding books for your sustained reading. Now, you remember how to use the catalog, right? Just find the Dewey Decimal number, write it down, and look for the book on the shelf. If you have any questions, I'm here. The Dewey Decimal System is how the books are organized at the library. If it were up to me, I would just organize them by color, like my colored pencils, or by height, like my books at home. Still, it really does help when searching for books. With the power of Dewey, I find the perfecto book. I grab it and head over to the big table by myself. The pictures are so beautiful. I want to dog-ear the pages, but I only do that to my books at home. Dog ears is like when you bend over the corner of the book page. We can't do that to library books, can we? Let's see. Miss Bell comes up to me, crouches down, and says in a quiet voice, what book are you reading, Stella? What Lives in the Ocean by Tanya Mickelson, I say quietly. Sounds positively fascinating, she whispers. It is. Did you know that an octopus doesn't have any bones and has 3 hearts? I have to draw it later. It's just too cool looking. I heard an octopus named Paul became famous for predicting many of the winners of the World Cup, she says. Wow, I exclaim. Miss Bell chuckles. She lifts her finger to her mouth. When I get excited, I speak louder than I realize. I think there will be a little time for drawing after library, she whispers before standing. I smile and keep reading about octopuses. It turns out they are extraordinary escape artists. To escape from their enemies, they release a cloud of ink to help them disappear. Wow, wouldn't that be cool? If you got in trouble, you could just whoosh, put some ink out and then they couldn't find you. Then, because they have no bones, they can maneuver through almost any nook or cranny. They can even escape through a hole only an inch wide, about this big. That would be really helpful. When it's time to go back to class, everyone says goodbye to Miss Morales and Lucy. Adios, Miss Morales and Lucy, I say as I give the stuffed goose a squeeze. I have to admit, even though I'm in 3rd grade and too old for this, it's still sort of fun. Lucy honks and Miss Morales and I both smile. Hasta luego, Stella. When we get back to the room, everyone starts chatting about their books, except for me. I get started drawing my octopus. I'm about halfway finished making sure I draw all 8 arms the same size when I hear a knock on the door. I look up and Miss Green, who works in the office, is at the door. Miss Bell meets her and whispers. I hear Ben Shaw and Chris Pollard say, "Hey, must be the new kid." I dropped my colored pencils. I got so carried away with the library and my drawing that I almost forgot. And then I see who's standing next to Miss Green. What's your prediction? Do you think it's a boy or a girl? It's a boy. And he has light brown hair. Frown a little. That's very different from what I imagined. What do you think Stella imagined? I know she was hoping for a girl, but I don't know what else. Class, Miss Bell says, this is our new student. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? The new boy waves at everyone and says, howdy, I'm Stanley Mason. I just moved here from Dallas, Texas, or Tejas in Espanol. Miss Bell says, Tejas? That's so far away from here. Has anyone been to Texas? A few kids raised their hands. I actually was in Texas last year on our family road trip. We went to see the Alamo, and we even went to a cave where we took a picture with a dinosaur sculptor named Grendel. But I'm always too shy to speak up in class. Plus, the Alamo isn't in Dallas. Stanley probably hasn't even seen it. Still, even if I weren't shy, I wouldn't be able to talk right now. I'm a little speechless. I can't believe Stanley speaks Espanol. He doesn't look like someone who speaks Spanish at all. Wonder, what does somebody who speaks Spanish look like? I can speak Spanish. Do I look like somebody who can speak Spanish? The new kid that I imagined, or Stella imagined, had dark brown hair like me and not light hair, and she was a girl. Miss Bell says, now class, let's have everyone quickly introduce yourselves to Stanley. One by one, people stand. There are about 10 people in front of me, and I feel nervous and a little sweaty. I want to make a new friend so badly, even if he's a boy. So what if he's not at all the girl I had pictured in my head? He speaks Spanish like me, and more important, he's new. He could use a friend as much as I could. I could be his first new friend here. When it's my turn, I stand up. I feel myself turning roja. I freeze. I just read that some octopuses can paralyze their prey. Maybe Stanley is part octopus. Probably not. He looks like a normal boy with freckles, blue eyes, and a cool monkey shirt. I kept myself staring at him for a second. Me llamo Stella, I say while I'm looking away quickly. Sorry, I'm Stella. I say it even faster as I sit back down. I'm about to groan out of embarrassment when I feel my chair starting to tilt backwards. Uh-oh, my eyes go grande like an elephant and everything slows down. I try to reach out to grab my desk, but it's too late. Crash! Before I know it, my feet are sticking straight up in the air and my back is on the ground. I've fallen down in front of Stanley, in front of everyone. I close my eyes as I hear the entire class laugh. Why do you think Stella was so embarrassed that she spoke Spanish to Stanley. Stanley knows how to speak Spanish. That shouldn't be a bad thing. I check my arms and legs. Nothing hurts. I think about staying on the ground, but decide to crawl up. I poke my eyes just above my desk. Are you okay, Stella? Miss Bell is the only one not laughing. Yes, I whisper. I look at Stanley. He looks like he wants to laugh, but he's holding it in. There goes my new friend, I think. Who would want a klutz for a friend? What's a klutz? I think it's somebody who falls down a lot and maybe bumps into things. Mrs. DeRue can be kind of a klutz sometimes. I pull my chair back up and sit down. On top of it, I can't believe I spoke Spanish instead of English. Doubly embarrassing. I wonder why she doesn't like to speak Spanish at school. Why is that embarrassing? I think it's really cool that she can speak 2 languages. I stare at my drawing and think about escaping through a tiny hole or disappearing in a cloud of ink. Today, I really wish I were an octopus. Have you ever done anything embarrassed in class? I have. Chapter 5. Want a cookie? It has M&Ms in it. Stella, do you like M&Ms? I'm in the middle of drawing sea creatures during class, but I immediately stop what I'm doing to consider the question. Ooh, I do like M&Ms, I think. I look up, dropping my pink colored pencil. It's Stanley Mason. He's holding a box full of cookies. It's been a few weeks and I've managed not to speak to him once since falling down on the first day of class. I've just been too embarrassed. Even so, it's impolite to refuse a cookie, so I nod and grab one. My hand is shaking as I take a bite. My mom made them for my birthday, Stanley grins widely. I notice he has a gap between his front 2 teeth. Oh, happy birthday, I mumble. As I chew, I notice little cookie crumbs and spit falling all over my shirt, and I cover my mouth with my hand so I don't look like a total disaster. Thanks, Stella. What are you drawing? Stanley asked. I shake my head no. I use my cookie-free hand to flip over my drawing. I was trying to draw a blobfish, but it just looks like a pink mess. This will not be the first thing Stanley sees me draw. I only let people look at my drawings when they are perfect. Good thing I don't have to wait till people see perfect drawings out of me, because sometimes my drawings are a mess too. It happens. Oh, okay, he says with a frown. I'm surprised. Why would he care? It's not like he wants to be friends with a klutz like me. I feel a little bad, so I mumble, thank you for the cookie, with my hand over my mouth again. Stanley looks happy. He opens his mouth as if he's about to say something else. I wonder, do you think Stanley really wants to be friends with Stella? But Stella's too nervous to try to be his friend? We'll have to find out. Luckily, Miss Bell says, everyone sit down. Stanley, come sit by us, says Jessica Anderson, while Ben Shaw and Chris Pullard wave him over. I watch Stanley take his seat next to them. My mouth drops open. I'm amazed. In just a couple of weeks, he fits in already. I don't get it. Stanley also has not once looked sad or even scared, not even for a second. If I had moved to a new city in school, I'd have been terrified. Miss Bell continues. In just a little bit, we're going to have a special ceremony for Don. Now, everybody knows Don, right? Yeah, Don's the coolest, said Ben Shaw. Everyone agrees. Don, the school custodian, is always singing fun Beach Boy songs while he's cleaning. He also plays the craziest characters in the school play, like Santa Claus in our holiday musical. Well, Don just became an American citizen, which is really hard to do. You have to take a big test, not to mention all the years of waiting. Jessica Anderson asked, well, what was he before? Miss Bell goes up to the board and she writes a bunch of words that I haven't even heard of. In big letters, I see visa, alien, resident, and citizen. Great question. There are a few categories. Some people just come to visit and they get a piece of paper called a visa so they can stay a while. Well, don't you buy things with a visa? Asked Jessica. I lock eyes with her for a second and then quickly look away. Although I've been in the same class with Jessica since first grade, she makes me nervous. Everyone likes her, but I think she can be kind of mean sometimes. Like when she laughed at me the first day of class for saying wrong words. Then another time in first grade, she told everyone in our class that I had lice. Everyone believed her except for Jenny. The teacher made me see the school nurse. And of course, I didn't have lice. Afterwards, Jessica said she was sorry, but I never quite believed her. Miss Bell chuckles. Yes, you do, but that's a different visa. For instance, people who come here for college get a student visa so they can stay here the entire time they're going to school. Then there are residents or legal aliens. They have green cards. They can stay here as long as they want, but they don't have as many rights as citizens do. My mouth drops open. I only have a green card. I know because Mom showed it to me when we got it in the mail. I was surprised that it wasn't green at all. I don't know too much about how we got it. I remember Mom was really stressed about it. I also remember waiting in line forever. The only part that was fun was getting fingerprinting done. Oh, and taking bunches of pictures for it. But still, because of this card, I'm an alien? Miss Bell continues. After you've been a resident for a while, you can apply to be a citizen. Then you can vote and be on a jury. You can even run for office. What if you were born here? Asked Michelle. Well, then you are already a citizen, a natural citizen. I gulp again. This explains everything. I'm an alien. Since Don works so hard for us, we're going to surprise him with a celebration in the cafeteria, Miss Bell continues. We're all going to go quietly and sit in the dark until Don arrives. Then we'll turn on the lights, stand up, and sing the Star-Spangled Banner. Don't worry, we have a projector with the words for you to sing along with. If you guys do well, there might be cake. Everyone squeals but me. I always thought I was different, that I didn't really belong. Now it's official. I start picturing all the aliens I've seen in movies, trying to find one that isn't so strange. If I could picture only one cute alien, I might feel better about the word. Instead, as we head out to the cafeteria, I picture all these spiny, crawly, deadly aliens, the ones people run away from. When I arrive, I notice that the orchestra is on the stage. The orchestra is like a fancy band. There are also some banners that read, "Way to go" and "Congrats." Because the whole school is there, I'm able to sit next to Jenny. I feel calmer when I see her, except she's not alone. She's sitting next to a girl I've never seen before. The new girl has bangs that go all the way across her forehead, and she's wearing neat red glasses. My heart sinks a little. I want to tell Jenny the bad news that I'm an alien, but I can't. Not in front of the new girl. Stella, this is Anna. Hi, Stella, Anna says, waving. I make myself wave back. Did you guys know about the ceremony? I asked in a low voice. What did she say? Asked Anna, looking at Jenny. Stella asked if we knew about the ceremony, said Jenny. Jenny can always understand me. It's been that way since we became friends in first grade. Never have I ever had to repeat anything to her once. They turn and both nod at me. Then there's a long silence. There's so much that I want to say to Jenny, but I can't. Even if Anna weren't there, it would be too embarrassing to say out loud. Just then, the school nurse walks by and says, "Here you are, girls," and she gives us a small flag to hold. A minute later, the cafeteria goes dark. The whole group giggles for a second, and the teachers hush us. Shh. We wait in silence. Finally, we hear Don walking in saying, "What's going on?" The lights turn on and we stand up to sing. While we're singing, I can't help but still feel a little weird, like I shouldn't be allowed to sing. I wouldn't be an alien if I were still living in Mexico. I'd be natural there. As soon as the musical ends, Don says, "Thank you. This means so much. I left the Philippines for a better life in the United States. I'm honored to be an American." Don looks happy. He's even crying a little bit. I guess it's because he's no longer an alien. Everyone applauds right away, except for me. Takes me a second, but I know it would be wrong if I didn't applaud. So I force myself to lift my hands and hit them together. Although I might feel bad, I'm still happy for Don. And it's his big day. As we clap, my mind wanders. If I become a citizen, will I finally feel normal? Will I be as happy as Don looks? That makes me feel a little bit hopeful. The cake that Miss Bell promised after the ceremony also helps. Poor Stella. She's doing an awful lot of wondering. How's she feeling right now? Talk about it with your family. I wonder what she's thinking about. This green card thing and alien is really making her upset. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see that she feels a lot better. Thanks so much for reading with me tonight. Be ready for our Kahoot in the morning. Good luck. See you tomorrow night.